this week, my boy Henry Cavill's new film, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, opened in some theaters. At least it went wide in the United States of America. But here on the John Campea Show, we've had a bunch of people writing in, our international friends, saying, John, can you tell me why, like, I live here? Why isn't it playing in theaters here? Hey, John, I live in the UK. I'm not seeing it in theaters anywhere. Hey, John, I live in Canada. I'm not seeing it in any theaters here. And, you know, we didn't know why. We just said off the top of our heads, well, maybe they're doing a delayed rollout or whatever. But apparently, they're just not opening in a lot of those countries, period. And now we know why. And this comes to us from our fellow good Canadian site, Joe Blow, wrote this. According to Yahoo, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare will not screen in UK cinemas. Instead, the film will stream on Amazon Prime Video in territories like the United Kingdom and Canada, robbing certain areas of the big screen experience. It's safe to assume that Amazon plans to attract or try to attract more subscribers to its streaming service by debuting the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare on Prime Video, but at what cost? Judging by the trailer, Ministry looks like the type of explosive action film made for the silver screen. Will a streaming release sour potential viewers altogether? All right. So basically, look, when a movie gets made, you know, a production company will then go and find a distribution company. Now, some of the bigger studios like Walt Disney, Warner Brothers, they actually have their own distribution arms. So that takes care of it. They do all that in-house. Unless, you know, you're Spider-Man, in which case you get produced by Marvel over at Disney, but Sony gets to distribute. Anyway, so once they make a movie, they then try to sell it to distributors. And you sell it in different markets. There's the American market, then there's European market, whatever. You have different territories and markets. So while one distribution company picked up the North American rights and put it in theaters here, Amazon Video got the rights to distribute it in a lot of international markets. And apparently the deal was in 8 figures, which means minimum $10 million. Minimum. So anywhere up to $99 million. So they spent a lot of money to have the international distribution rights, and Amazon has decided in all their wisdom to not put it in theaters in those markets, but rather they're just going to have it debut on Amazon Prime.
Oh, wonderful.
Which is a stupid decision. And I say this, I'm a big Amazon fan, man. I love what they've been doing with a lot of their stuff. I'm a big Amazon fan, but this is a monumentally stupid decision because, Rob, we have seen time and time and time again, example after example after example, report after report after report, prove that if you want a big launch of something on your streaming service, make sure it had a theatrical release first. Every time they try to study this, it proves it that your launch on streaming will be bigger if it had a theatrical launch first. So I don't really know what Amazon is doing here. I don't know if maybe they're just experimenting. Like maybe I think they were experimenting with season 1 of Fallout. But I don't know. I saw this. And I feel really bad for people in other countries who are not going to be able to see this in theaters the way it was meant to be seen. But I don't know. What do you think about this report?
Well, like you, it's dumb. I mean, it goes all the way back to what like Netflix did with Glass Onion. They gave it sort of a half-hearted theatrical release, kept it in theaters for, a week. I mean, I just see this as losing money. I just see this as these streamers are this movie, I have not heard one person say they didn't like it. Everybody that I know that went has liked this film. And I don't understand why, like let's say this movie cost $100 million. Let's say it did. Wouldn't you want to get that money back? Like if you could, like if you just put it on your streaming service, that money's not going to come back to you. It's not. You get it in subscriptions or other ways, but wouldn't you're going to get it that way anyway. I mean, you're going to put it on your streaming service. More people who are more aware of it are going to watch it. The people that liked it in the theater are going to watch it again. And the people that heard how good it was in the theater are going to watch it. So it's a win-win. Get your movie paid for. I just don't understand the economics behind leaving money on a table. You're not getting paid. Put these movies out in theaters. You win all the way around. Now, someone could say, well, rub? What about marketing costs? Yeah, roll that in there. But if you have a movie like this, how many times have you been written to, John, where people are like, why isn't this movie opening in our country?
A lot this week. The last week or so, we've been getting that from so many people.
That's all money that Amazon will never see.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they thought they would make more money from making a deal with Amazon than in these countries. I don't know.
No, but it's Amazon made the decision to put it on streaming. So Amazon got the rights. So Amazon has the rights to distribute the film, and they have distributed films theatrically.
Sure.
And have done well when they've distributed films theatrically. And then, but Amazon, having secured the distribution rights, made the decision, we're just going to put it straight to our streaming service.
I just love the fact this movie has Winston Churchill as a character, and it's not being released in the UK.
Isn't that crazy?
Guy Ritchie he represents all that is good about the UK. Him and Danny Boyle. And how do you not release a quintessentially UK World War II story, but not coming out
Who's the
UK?
guy who created Sherlock Holmes? Arthur Conan Doyle?
Yeah.
It literally has Arthur Conan Doyle in the movie, a guy playing him, and the guy who inspired him to create the James Bond character. How more UK can you get?
Fish and chips.
Yeah, fish and chips. Put Queen Elizabeth in it. I don't know. I don't know much more.
I want a Guinness and a cider mixed together with a snake bite. I want to go into the theater in the Odeon cinema, in the UK and see this. And you can't?
No.
That's weird, dude.
It's just
everything wrong with the planet Earth rolled into one.
Also, too, it's like Amazon's just making that executive decision. Only North American audience, actually only American audiences get to see this in theaters. Everyone else has to watch it on their phone.
Yeah,
So
I don't
And it's a
understand.
Guy Ritchie movie. Even Guy Ritchie movies that I don't love are still fun to watch in a theater.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think that I've ever not. Maybe the one he made with Madonna wasn't so good.
But
hey,
did you see Operation Fortune that he did with Jason
yeah, I
Statham?
did, but
that
not in the
was
theater.
really fun.
It was fun.
And I'm so glad I got to see that in theater. And guess what?
didn't.
I then later watched it on streaming
Yeah,
because I saw it in theater.
and you liked it.
If it had just been dropped in streaming, I never would have watched it. So I don't know. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Liquid IV. Summer is just around the corner, and Anna and I have some of our favorite activities coming up, from hiking, swimming, going camping. But in order to do all that, you gotta stay hydrated, because you need hydration that keeps up with every moment. Just a single stick of Liquid IV makes ordinary hydration extraordinary. And for me, preparing a glass is the easiest thing in the world. Simply open up a packet, pour it into your glass of water, and enjoy. And guys, there's a reason that Liquid IV is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. It has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. Just tear, pour, and live more. Just 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. With 8 vitamins and nutrients, non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. There's no artificial colors or sweeteners, and it's got 4 delicious sugar-free flavors: white peach, green grape, raspberry melon, and lemon lime. So turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code Campea at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code Campea at liquidiv.com. Anyway, guys, question is for you. Now, do you feel better now that you have an answer as to why maybe in the country you live in, and by it's not just the UK and Canada, it's a lot of others as well. Now you got an answer because they've decided they want to hold off on it until they can put it on Amazon Prime
It's
Video.
not in the UK.
It's
That's just the dumbest thing
I
I've
know,
ever heard.
such a fundamentally UK movie, and it's not in theaters.
That's
in
like
the
not
UK.
releasing Dunkirk in the UK.
Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.